What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Just hanging out, playing a little bit of The Long Dark, The Hunted Part 2. Good stuff. Glad to have you here. Not sure if we're going to pull through this one. This is a challenging challenge. Oh, good. It's only -7 right now. Things you never thought you'd hear yourself say. Fantastic. It's only -7 degrees right now. There's only the lack of a temperature -7. Fantastic. How many degrees do you have? I owe you degrees. That's how many degrees I have. I think, as long as we can keep ourselves away from our nasty little wolf friends, we should be in a decent position for this challenge. Now, I'd like to find more bullets. I'd like to know whether or not... Oh, hey, another hatchet. See what I'm talking about? That's why you come over here. That's why we come over here. And with that firewood, that stuff's long burning, too. So, if we can get it lit... Because it's always lit up in here in the Nerd Castle. If we can get it lit, we should... Cardboard, okay, so some matches there. Lots and lots of tinder, not a whole lot of food, although that issue has more than likely been put to rest. In the previous episode, a wolf killed a deer and then didn't eat like any of it, so we got like 10 kilograms of deer meat, venison, straight out of the gate. And here I was in the first episode kind of panicking, wondering what I was going to do without any supplies. I suppose that nature has provided. That's a valid strategy in nature, too. There are animals that are specifically... What they do is they beat up other carnivores. So they find other animals like leopards or lions. They wait for them to waste their energy hunting and killing something. And then they just roll in with like 40 guys. You know, hyenas do this. To a lesser extent, you see, well, hyenas are the only real example that I can think of right now. But hyenas do it. Baboons do it. There's a lot of animals out there that will straight just like wait till you do all the work. And then like 40 of them will just come out of the woodwork and ride on you hella hard and take your hard-earned gains. That's a valid strategy. And man, we're pretty good at that too if we have guns. I mean, hey, you see a bear takes down a deer, shoot the bear at the same time. Well, damn. We just had a good hunting season. Bear skins are worth a fortune nowadays. Bears are kind of hard to come by. My dad's buddy shot a bear back in, oh, I guess it's not actually as recently as it felt like. It's been a good 10 years now. I was going to say a while back, but I don't think 10 years really qualifies for a while back anymore.
I'll take it.
He was out hunting turkeys or something like that. I don't recall exactly what he... No, he had a rifle with him, so he wasn't hunting turkeys. Because he had like a 303 or like a 308 or something like that. He had like a real hunting rifle, so he must have been out deer hunting. And so anyways, he was out deer hunting, and he said this bear, he hears something like coming through the underbrush at like a wicked pace. Like, this thing is moving, just making a racket. And so he's like, and so he gets behind the truck and aims, and a bear comes crashing out of the woods. And he said he just unloaded on it, gave it a couple rounds, and it dropped. And from there, he hunted his first bear. He said he's been hunting his entire life, and he's never gotten a bear before until that situation. Kind of a unique story, but yeah, he's got it mounted on his wall right now. He just sent it out to, like, Siberia or something like that because apparently, I don't know, this was back in the pre-internet days. And so he had to send it out to like a guy who was a premier taxidermist or something like that, because for like a bear pelt, you got to have it cured like in a special way if you want it turned into a rug or like a blanket or anything like that. And that's what he did. He had it turned into like a wall decoration, so now he's just got like this big giant bear rug on his wall. Kind of old school trapper style. It's not as big. Like when he told us the story, he was like, oh, it was a giant bear. And then when you see the skin on the wall, you're like, that's not that big of a bear, man. I mean, nobody says it because that's kind of emasculating, like he's your friend, you don't want to kick him in the balls or anything. But at the same time, we all thought it. Like, after we left, we were like, you know, he told that story like that bear was a lot bigger. That bear seems small to any of you guys? I'm like, yeah, it seems a bit smaller than I pictured in my head from the way he told the story. He made it sound like it was this terrifying black shadow coming out of the woods with vengeance on its breath and fire in its eyes. And you're like, that one looks kind of little, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it could do damage. It's still the size of, like, a Great Dane, you know? But, like, I don't know. It's just not as impressive on the wall as you expected. Like, he spends, like, 6 months getting it taxidermied and sent out to a different country and everything else. And then it comes back and you're like, huh. It's not really what I expected. I don't know. I was thinking just, like grizzly bear sized fur for some reason. And nope, just a little black bear. Just a little black bear that crossed the railroad tracks on the wrong side. I got blapped in the face. Alright then, I guess, where do you shoot a bear? I know you're not supposed to aim for the head because they have thick skulls, and like, high-powered bullets will just bounce off of their heads sometimes. So you aim for the heart, I guess? You just like aim low? I don't know, I've never been bear hunting before. Been turkey hunting. Been squirrel hunting. But that's about the breadth of my hunting experience. Turkeys. Turkeys and squirrels. That's how you know your family's got hillbilly credentials. They've actually been squirrel hunting. What are you hunting for today? Deer? No. Bear? No. Turkey? No. So what the shit are you out here for? Squirrel? Out here gonna shoot ourselves with squirrel, put in a squirrel gumbo. Gonna be delicious. Best believe it. Every time. Every time. Well, hopefully the bear hasn't wandered off too far. Although I hope he's wandered off far enough to where I can get to the front door. I don't really want to waste a round on him. Her. Do we know the sex of the bear? There's a dead guy over there, and I want to loot him, but I'm a little terrified the bear is going to become aware of my presence. Inside we go. In the last episode, that bear tried to kick down a door. I'm hoping that's a mechanic they legitimately add, where the bears can actually destroy the doors on places you hide in when you run inside. That way, if you run inside... I'm gonna, break that down with the hatchet. If you run inside, they actually destroy the door, and then it makes it, like, hard to sleep in there because it's no longer warm. That'd be really, really cool as a mechanic. I would actually like that a lot. We got fir firewood. All right, we'll use the fir for right now. I'm gonna use the fire starter in combination with... Well, we don't lose anything if we use the fire striker, so I guess go for it. Like, do your thing. We gotta use some of those magnesium fire starters, though. One of those magnesium strips, those are hella fun. If you've never seen them before, it's like a brick of magnesium, and they got like a little striker key, and you run across it, just like throws sparks everywhere. They're super fun to play with. Also, if your friends are sleeping, you can strike sparks on the side of their head. And it's hilarious! I got too many books right now that I want to read. Like, way too many books. I'm like halfway into the Shadowrun series, but there's like 31 books in the Shadowrun series. I'm a couple books in, so I don't really want to, like, break off and try anything different. But, like, at the same time, it's one of those things where... Man, cook that stuff up. It's one of those things where I wanted to start reading Conan, too. Howard's Conan. And get that moving. I'm only going to cook a couple of these right now because you can let them get down to, like, 60, 50, 40% before you cook them. And they'll bounce right back up to being okay. So I'm going to cook like 4 of them, and then I'll keep the rest kind of in escrow, and we'll save those for once we're on the road. I'm not super stoked about following the bear out of the zone. Like, I don't know if I should keep shooting him, or like what I should do. A little confused in that regard. I do have a little bit of light left. I mean, we could try and repair or tear down some of our stuff, I suppose. With 800 calories, that should give us a pretty good grip back towards... like maximum capacity, so that's great. Our tiredness is not going to be that large because we've been taking a lot of naps today. We've been taking a weird quantity of naps today, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about that. Maybe I'll use some of the time to repair the rifle. Where's the rifle at? Got the cleaning kit. May as well. I mean, we fired a couple of rounds. I wouldn't clean a gun after firing like 3 rounds. Wouldn't worry about it, but if I had fired like a mag or 2 through it, probably throw it in the cleaning kit. I mean, it's something to do in the evening, if nothing else. Cleaning a gun is weirdly cathartic and enjoyable. I don't know, if you've never done it before, give it a try sometime. It's strangely cathartic sitting there cleaning a rifle or cleaning a pistol. I don't know. I can't tell you why it's like that, it just is. I don't make the rules, I just live by them. Probably drop a couple of the sewing kits. I doubt we're going to need them for too much longer. The wood, I'll keep the wood with me just in case. I mean, we're not that overburdened right now. We've got a bunch of hours of night left, so I guess we're just going to have to pass some time. Don't really want to, but I guess we will. On the plus side, our condition will slowly get better, so that's something to think about. Alright, so we stayed awake for a little while. Go ahead and get myself some water. On top of that, we'll probably put down another couple of these steaks. So that's 200 calories right there. Tomorrow, yeah, I think we prepared about the right amount. I don't know. We'll sleep for like 8 hours. That should be enough to get us into like the warmer part of the day too. We haven't found a lot of clothing yet. A little worried about that. There are like deficits in our equipment that I would like to even out before shit gets too much more rowdy. There are things that we lack that I would prefer to sort of have resolved. But for right now, it is what it is. We take the challenges that we've been dealt by life. There we go. A couple of calories right there to get ourselves squared away. Let's see where our Ursine friend is at. Hey, critter, what's your sign? Alright, it's minus 20 right now. Get the hell on out of here. Raise up on me. Raise up on me like I won't do anything about it. I just put rounds through the chest plate, bear. You better believe you declared this war. I consider it war. That's what we're doing right now. Going to war with a bear. This is one of those old school stories from like the 1700s. Where it's just like a man in the middle of a hostile world fighting a bear. And they just struggle back and forth for like 3 novels. Just shooting, fighting. Maybe the bear kills his wife or something like that. Or like his best friend on a trapping expedition. Jedediah Strongsmith is in it for some reason. You don't really know why. And he already stopped bleeding. He took that round to the chest and he still didn't stop bleeding. Tough critter. Real tough critter. I figure we put enough holes in him at this point to where, okay, so he's going to zigzag back across over here. I was hoping he would take me over to... We're a little bit off the trail right now. My hope was that he would take us back to... like maybe the logging expedition over there, or I would have a chance to run up a hill and maybe get over to... We're at 15C right now. That's fine. It's not that bad. I don't worry about temperature as much as I used to in previous revisions of the game. Like, temperature used to be really, really, really bad for you, and you can still die pretty quickly from it in this one, but it's not that bad. It's not as bad as, like, running out of water, for example, which is definitely something you don't want to do. We've got ourselves some tracks, so let's just stay on it. If I am mistaken, that might be the mountain that the Hunter's Lodge is on, or the Ranger's cabin is on. I'd prefer not to fight a wolf right now, if I can manage it. Oh, he's coming back. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can outrun him. But no guarantees. So we're at the lake right now. The bear looks like he just zigzagged off to the right. Means we should be coming up on going up the hill. I will actually go up to the ranger station if we have nothing better to do. I mean, it's the morning right now, but it's stayed cold and consistent enough out here to where I'm a tiny bit... I really am kind of leaning towards the fact that I think we're just going to have to kind of be like a... I don't know... a Sleepy Sally or something. We got to take a nap every single day. I got to avoid that shit like the plague. I'll tell you what, as I've gotten older, I started taking more and more naps. And there is nothing worse for a good night's sleep than a nap. Holy shit. If I take a nap from like... I hate being cold. 'Cause I really do. Well, like, who are you telling right now? Are you trying to tell me or are you trying to tell yourself? I mean, maybe you should work on making yourself a little bit more resiliente, you know? I'm going to try and take the high ground and we're going to have a look right here. Because I don't know where this bear is at. There's the cabin that I was looking into getting after right there. But I wanted to get a visual on the bear first before we go any further. Get a feel for where he's at. Oh, there he is. Okay, so the bear is directly down the hill. To one side of... Oh, we're freezing. Goody. Yay. Just what I wanted to know about right now. He's going to be just down the hill from the side of the Hunter's Lodge, where we are going to conceivably spend the next few hours, hopefully. Trying to avoid falling too far right there. Falling. Boo-doo-doo-boo-doo-boo-boo. I'm falling. I do like iration, but iration's kind of hit or miss for me. I don't know, reggae's hit or miss for me. Not a big reggae fan. Big hip-hop fan. I do like rap. I do like funk. I do like rock. I like heavy metal at times, depending on the brand of heavy metal. Poor dead guy looks like he hopped the fence and fell. Gravity is not your friend, and neither are those crows. Now that we know where we can find the bear, I don't know if the bear like tries to regroup and find you if you don't see him for too long. It would seem like that would be an okay check and balance to make sure the player is constantly contesting with the bear. But then at the same time, that would remove a certain level of challenge. So I don't know. Maybe it would work, maybe it wouldn't. Let's see if we can get up this hill a little bit more rapidly. I hate to say it, but this is a giant waste of time at the moment, just like working my way up this hill. This is one of the reasons why I usually leave the Ranger's crab until like last. Usually leave it till last when I can't find the rifle, is because hiking my ass all the way up here is a pain. And it's kind of... there are other things we could be working on right now. So we got the forest lookout. Very, very nice. Let's sweep the perimeter of it real fast. Sometimes there's a dead guy over here. Sometimes there's a backpack. You never know quite what you're going to get. Got one of those Forrest Gump situations going on. But you won't get anything if you don't look, so you might as well have a little peeky peek here. Okay. Looks like we don't really have anything. It should be warm inside. We'll give it an hour or two. We'll see if the weather gets a little bit better. The weather has been downright shitty since we started this challenge. It has been unpleasant. Every single day has just been a mishmash of like 10 to 25 degrees Celsius under, so. And this place should be reasonably warm. We should be able to get ourselves retooled back up. Thought for a second that might be some kind of sharpening stone. Oh, an energy bar. Good. Water purification tablets. Also good on the fly. Just in case you find yourself some water that you can't immediately utilize. I don't think I'm going to need the tools. The cedar firewood lights very, very easily. Some beef jerky over there. And not much else. Not much else. A sewing kit right there. A mountaineering rope.
Come in handy.
Okay, I'll take it. That's one of the new mechanics that I've ever actually done anything with so far, so... Should probably check under the bed, and indeed, I'm glad that I did, because there was a crowbar underneath there. I don't see any bullets or anything. Keeping it low on the side. You can't get a gun right here in the normal playthrough mode. In case you didn't know, anywhere that there's a gun rack is a place where a rifle can spawn. In the normal mode, although typically if you put it on higher difficulties, the rifle is further and further and further away from you. And in fact, I've had some maps that had no rifles in the long term, so just keep that in mind too. It's going to take us a while to rest right now. So what I'm thinking about doing instead is we will do our best to light some of this up. We got cedar firewood, right? Where'd the cedar firewood run off to? Oh, it's right there. Never mind. I didn't pick it up. I thought it was on the bench seat for some reason. So that'll give us a 70% chance. That's quite a bit better than the 50 because we're not very good at lighting fires right now. Hopefully it's enough. We'll cook up some more food. We'll light off some of this wood that we're carrying around with us. That'll help us. Normally when she says something, she fails to light it. So anytime I hear him say something, I'm just like, ah, shit, you jinxed it. What'd you do that for? Why?
That didn't work.
Ah, shit. Give it another go, Fire Striker. There we go. We got this thing lit up. I had to make a cut right there because she failed it like 7 times in a row. I was like, man, I don't really want to waste you guys' time sitting around here doing nothing. She's really trying to make it difficult. I'm just gonna cook some meat while I wait for the frostbite risk to go away, and then we'll give it a couple hours and see if it warms up a little bit later in the day. But I doubt it. It seems like they're trying to put the screws to us right now with regards to really making us think about the actions we want to take as we move about hunting this bear. I actually think we're going to eat through this faster than it rots, so I'm just going to cook it all right now. I see no reason wasting time and not doing it. And then I'll probably square away our water supply with whatever we have left, too. 10 kilograms of meat, though, is really good. I do think we're going to eat this way faster than I actually expected. So we've got that right there. Fire's getting a little bit low. Yeah. Melt a little bit of snow for me, please. Might as well make use of the bounty we have in front of us right now. I will boil that off, so we got another 1.5. We are going to be overweight, so keep that in mind too. However, we are warmed up right now. And we do have an opportunity to feed ourselves. So that's going to use up a little bit of the weight too. Alright, so let's go see what's going on with the weather outside right now. Is the weather outside real frightful? It seems like this all counts as the same building because the temperature isn't going down. It's still minus 12. It's not as bad as it could be. I'm actually going to do this a little bit more aggressively than I normally do. And the way that I recommend doing it is that you zigzag down the side of the face. And it's very, very possible. Like, seriously. This is 100% one of the quicker ways to get around in this game. Now, we wanted to get back to the cabin that was off to the left. That's kind of where I wanted to spend the night at, so that we had direct line of sight on the bear when we came up on him. We shoot him, and we follow him. I need a good spot, however, to descend. And whether or not they're going to give me one, that's workable. There we go. The clipping planes in this game, or the way that it handles collision, honestly, you can work your way down a lot of the walls that you probably shouldn't be able to. Just keep that in mind as you play. It's a useful way to get away from wolves, bears, stuff like that. A little bit safer, too. So we are at the lumber camp. The logging place that we want to be at is going to be back into the left over here. The camp that we're currently looking for. You can even walk around like sheer faces like that if you just go back and forth. Kind of at an angle while tapping W and S. It'll kind of just like let you work your way down the wall. It works out really, really well. I use it all the time. It's great. So the place we want should be over this ridge right here. However, we want to hit it from a different direction because the bear is over there. So we would probably want to loop around a little bit to this side. And then, having come around the corner, don't really want to fight the bear right now. I would prefer for that not to be a thing that we do. I'm trying to get to this little cabin so we can spend the night here. Then we can shoot the bear on like a full tank. Did the bear just eat a squirrel or like a rabbit? What did it just eat? I think it just ate something. It looked like it attacked it to me. Always check the outhouse. Sometimes there's stuff inside of it. We're not going to do it right now because there's a close-range bear. But this is where I wanted to get to. I just wanted to check the hunter's cabin or the ranger's station for anything useful. Hey, pork and beans. All right. A down vest. Even better. Cool. I am going to throw that on. It can actually only be an inner layer, so we'll take that. We'll put that over the top. And then, since both of our cotton scarves are no good, I'm going to harvest them. And then I'm going to use the resources to fix the down vest and make that a little bit better than it currently is, assuming that we don't fail our rolls and we get bad luck. If we get XCOM right here, it is what it is. Which is normally my explanation for just about everything. I blame it on to Jesus, but I don't want to upset people, you know. Like, Jesus, why are you messing with probability? Why are you stacking math against me, dear Jeebus? Yeah, just keep fixing it. That's the first piece of, like, winter gear we found so far, so just keep fixing it. The higher up we can get it, the better. So it's a new down vest at this point. It's providing us with a better warmth bonus. That gave us 1 and 1. It's not really, really good, but it's better than having nothing in the slot, which is what we had previously. So I'll take what I can get here. I will take what I can get. All right, and so taking a look at our inventory versus the time, we got 4 hours of daylight left. I think what I should like to do, I'm just going to wait, actually. And with that, I'm going to end the episode. So my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of the first playthrough of our The Hunted Part 2. playthrough. I will see you all in future episodes. I don't think this one's going to be that gnarly, although I don't know how far we have to chase this bear either. We're going to need more ammo if we keep having to chase his ass, so hopefully, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be wasting bullets. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Bye, everybody.